Hi, radio legends. How are you? Welcome to Cafe Mocha. The audience, please welcome Mrs. Angela Stribling.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here.
I am so excited to have you. As a radio diva myself, 20 years in the business, now 10 years as a radio entrepreneur. I do voiceover, and I've followed your career for a long time, and I know that you have an extensive legacy in radio. Touch on it for just a quick bit. Tell us all about it.
Well, you know what? I'll give you the quick little snapshot. Got in radio quite a few years ago, and I wanted to be on the air right away with no experience. So they liked my voice and said, "Look, we've got an opening in sales. You can get some clients and do their commercials." So I learned to write commercials, voice commercials, sell advertising, and eventually just started working in television and radio. And you know what? It's funny how you realize it's your path when it just opens right up. Right. I'm not saying it was that easy, but it was like, okay, we like your voice. This seems like this is the right thing for you to do. And I've just loved it from the beginning, and I'm still so in love with it.
All right, so Angela, outside of your sultry, warm, and soothing voice that's captivated for so many years, how did you move from radio to TV?
You know what? Now that's another interesting story. So I'm based in Washington, D.C., even though I'm from Buffalo, New York, but I moved here, as a very young adult and pretty much spent most of my career here. And I started doing work. There used to be this, a network, evening magazine, PM magazine, all those types of shows. And I started working on evening magazine in Baltimore. From there, producers in D.C. said, "Hey, we've got an idea. We want to do a lifestyle show in D.C. called Washington Style." So I started hosting that and just getting a lot of experience. And then the producer of BET saw me on Washington Style and said, "Hey, Donnie Simpson takes the summers off and we're looking for a host. Do you want to come in and audition?" So I went in, auditioned, and they hired me on the spot, and I started sitting in on Video Soul. We're going back in the day. And then they created a show for Melvin Lindsay and myself called Screen Scene, which was kind of like the Black version of Access Hollywood Entertainment.
It was legendary.
Oh, thank you so much. We didn't know we were really doing something that's so great, but when I look back on the early days of BET, that was quite something.
I obviously know that people ask you all the time, about your voice, how really you shaped your career around your voice, and obviously people wanting to get into VO, radio, TV. What advice do you give for budding entrepreneurs in this field, the ones that are really going to take it seriously?
Yes. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because first of all, whatever it is that you want to do, take it seriously. Have confidence in yourself. Know it's not going to be easy. So, take the no as okay, maybe not with you, but if this is your dream, keep pushing, but you've got to do the work. I mean, my voice is just like my mom. So, you're born with certain tools. Yeah. But to be able to, you said the same with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I sound just like my mom, and she's 84. So I'm thinking, you know what, when I get 84, maybe I can still do voice. But I take that and I cultivate it, as we were talking about earlier, to read copy, as they call it in the industry, to, take a script and to really make it come to life. If you have an advertiser, their whole idea is to sell whatever merchandise it is, whatever they're pushing, they want to sell that. Yeah. So you have to do that without sounding like you're selling it. Right. So, you have to practice. You just keep practicing. You just keep pushing. And so my advice is figure out what it is you really want to do. If you want to be on the air, maybe find some mentors, find some people that you can maybe shadow and look at them, see what they're doing right, kind of study them and come up with your own style and keep pushing. If it's what you want to do, you'll find a way.
So, as we're all virtual at home, let's close on this. How are you doing in this COVID chaos and navigating now with at-home studios? And it feels like a brand new world, right?
You know what? It's a brand new world. My thing is balance. Balance is everything. And that, my astrological sign is Libra, if you're into astrology. And we're all about balance. So I feel like this is an amazing time that we're in. There's change. I mean, never have we lived through a pandemic, and not to mention the, social unrest because of the injustices that have been done, particularly to people of color. And I think we're living in a time that it's changing. I hope and pray that it is changing. So what I've been really good. I've been balancing it all and trying to bring in as much information, because there is a lot of information that's out there, but then I have to balance it with something that's spiritual as well, so you don't get so overwhelmed with negative information.
Absolutely. Self-care is everything, especially in these days. Angela Stribling, thank you so much for joining us with Cafe Mocha to go. I'm so excited to, continue to follow your journey, and stay safe.
Thank you so much. You too. God bless you.